20 years ago, I came on the island with my family with 4 children, and I saw there was no playground on Bonaire. So I decided that something should be done. I founded an organization called We Dare to Care Foundation, and I got 13 people together with myself, and they were all professionals, a banker, an accountant, a lawyer, and various professionals that has young children and understood the need for a playground. And that's how I met James, because he was my next door neighbor and he was the banker. And in other words, I wanted to build a playground, and it was a very difficult task. We had no land, no money, and just an organization. Yeah. So what we did is put it together and founded a foundation called We Dare to Care. Out of the 13 people, all left before anything get off the ground, and James was the only one who stayed. So after that, we got the money, we got the land, and we built a children's playground. The children's playground is 2,800 square meters, central, downtown, next to the hospital, where a child could come and play free of charge. And that's where we made history by having Bonaire's first playground. This playground was a big hit on the island. We had at least 70 kids a day using the playground. The Bonaire government refused to fund the playground, and it was always a struggle to run the playground. Today, the playground is up and running by our own strength and creativity, and we have to pay taxes to Holland or taxes to Bonaire in order to have the playground up and running. And they never, up to today, 16 years it's standing without donating. They have never ever funded the playground. So that's where I met James. And because of the playground opened in 2007. After that, James' story started with his right to fight for the right of self-determination. And when I saw that happening, I thought I can lend a hand, because I felt that he lent me a hand when I wanted to build a playground. So I thought I want to support him the same way. And that is why that's where I met him, and that's why I end up supporting, and my family, my husband, my children, help and support James up to today.
Tell me a little bit about the unfairness that's going on in Bonaire.
Yes, it's definitely striking and shocking. Bonaire is a nation. Bonaire has its own language, its own culture, its own way of life. What is happening after 2010? It has changed substantially. The people are being pushed in the background, and all the heads of organizations, governmental organizations, all the leaders, the heads of the organization were demoted. They were demoted, and they were placed Dutch head of the departments. All the heads of departments on Bonaire are Dutch at this moment. Before 2010, they were all local Bonaireans at the head of the utilities, the schools, every organization, governmental or non-governmental, were Bonaireans or from the islands, from the ABC Islands, but not Dutch. So the thing is, the island has been changed substantially. As Bonaire human rights, I see there are 3 violations that has been happening in Bonaire right now. The right of education, to learn, for the child to learn in their own language. The second one is the right to health care. Bonaire does not have health care, intensive care. We have a hospital without an intensive care. If a person has an accident, they have to fly them either to Curacao or Aruba or Colombia. We don't have our own. If somebody has a heart attack, we have to fly them out, or a car accident. Can you imagine, by the time they arrive, they'll be dead? So for us, the right of self, the violations, human rights violations, the right to health care. And the third one is the right to, education, health, immigration. After 2010, the population has doubled, and not by the local people, not by the locals, but by the European Dutch. European Dutch is coming every single day, 2 flights, KLM and TUI, full in the island for 10 years. So Bonaire has become a minority in their own island. They are being disrespected and they are very poor. There are many reports done on poverty on Bonaire. Bonaire, the people are poor. The elderly are suffering. We don't have the same rights as a Dutch citizen. We supposed to be, as Bonaire, supposed to be part of Holland, but we don't have equal rights. We don't have the same pension. We don't have the same minimum wage. We don't have the benefits that we'll have in Holland. So it is very colonial. It's very unfair for the Bonairean. The Bonaireans has chose to reject the structure in 2015, 18th of December, rejecting and voted no. 66% of the Bonaireans did that. So the Bonaireans are not happy. Well, I don't know what else. Okay. I want it short and sweet. I don't want too much. I'm not the emphasis here. He is. Yeah. Okay. Anything else? Let him do it, because I don't want to say anymore. I say enough.
You say it now.
Yeah.
It's 6-7 minutes. So
Okay.
I feel like I just
Okay.
mentioned a little bit about James and his
Okay.
condition and how much
Yes.
he did to the others.
Yeah. Which one?
How much he sacrificed.
Yes.
things
Yes.
like that
Yes. Yes. Yes.
for this cause.
Okay. Yes. I have a. Yeah. Okay. Good. The majority of Bonaireans supported Mr. Finis and his actions because of the fear of them speaking out. It's not always easy for them to stand beside him. But the referendum of 2015 that he fought for 222 days, protesting for a referendum, the people went out and voted 66%. Mr. Finis has sacrificed and give all his life up. No, Mr. Finis has sacrificed most of what we take for granted as a normal living. He lives in a container. He lost his family. He lost everything, every normal luxury on the island. He lives in a container, and he lives. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Mr. Finis has sacrificed his life to this cause for the Bonaireans to have the right of self-determination. He works 24/7 as fighting for the rights. He's unemployable. He is being looked at as an outcast by the Dutch, and yeah, I don't know. I know, but I just want to find the right words.
You also mentioned a little bit about how his life was threatened.
Yes. There were 3 assassination attempts on Mr. Finis' life. 3 attempts, and one time he was jailed by the governor of Bonaire. So he was 3 assassination attempts, and he was jailed for just standing up selling newspapers, witnessed by the governments from Aruba. No, sorry, don't say that. That's gonna look too nice. Yes. So, can you imagine that the gentleman they tried to kill him 3 times? That's incredible. Yes, I wish the international community can I wish the international community can support Bonaire and its people for the cause of for relisting Bonaire on the non-self-governing territories of the United Nations. With that, we can say that we are protected like the turtles, the coral, the donkeys. So then we can at least have a future. The Bonairean children can have a future. The Dutch Europeans are coming to Bonaire, and not only to take the positions in the departments, but also a painter, a gardener, of all different sectors, taking away the employment from the local Bonairean. And the Dutch who is coming, they can vote in 90 days. So very soon we become much more, will be voted out sooner or later. The, 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 the Dutch who comes would only go to the Dutch restaurants. The Dutch who come will only hire a Dutch painter. The Dutch who came will only hire a Dutch gardener. So that is how we are being pushed out. Even the fishermen losing their rights to fish. The fishermen also, there are a lot of inquiries about for them to be registered. Can you imagine? To be registered. So the way of life of the Bonairean is changing rapidly. So it's a nation being erased in front of the, as we are part of the Caribbean, and we are, because we speak Papimento, no one understands what's happening in this island.